Welcome to today's video, where we dive deep into one of South Africa's most mysterious and haunting legends. A story that blends beauty and terror, light and darkness, creation and destruction. Today, we uncover the myth of the Mamlambo, South Africa's river goddess of light and death. Before we begin, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating tales from myths, legends, and folklore around the world. Now, let's begin our journey into the murky waters of the Mamlambo River. The Mamlambo is often described as a serpentine creature of breathtaking allure. In some tales, she is said to resemble a massive snake with the head of a horse and the lower body of a fish. Others say she has the shimmering beauty of a goddess, cloaked in glowing green light that dances beneath the water. Her presence is said to bring both awe and fear to those who encounter her. Locals call her the goddess of the river, but her domain is not merely water, it is life, death, and the thin line between the two. According to legend, the Mamlambo is both a giver and a taker. She is believed to reward those who worship or serve her with immense wealth and power. But her gifts come with a terrible cost. For the Mamlambo's favor is not free, her blessings are often paid for in blood, sanity, or even one's soul. She is the embodiment of temptation, offering riches to the desperate and ruin to the greedy. The myth of the Mamlambo is said to originate from the Xhosa people of South Africa. It is deeply rooted in their oral storytelling traditions, where spirits of nature often symbolize moral lessons. The rivers, mountains, and forests are not merely landscapes, they are living forces. And the Mamlambo, as a river goddess, represents the dual nature of these forces, nurturing and destructive, divine and monstrous. Many describe the Mamlambo as a creature of light. When she moves beneath the surface of the river, the water glows with a greenish hue. This luminescence has led some to call her the goddess of light. But that same light also lures people to their doom, much like the flame draws a moth. Those who see her shimmering glow often cannot look away. They are said to become hypnotized, walking into the river's depths, never to return. Stories tell of fishermen who vanished after catching a glimpse of the glowing serpent. Villagers speak of the river turning still and silent just before a disappearance. And when the water ripples again, only a few bubbles rise to the surface, no trace of the victim remains. It is said that the Mamlambo devours the heads of her victims, drinking their blood and consuming their thoughts. This chilling imagery has given rise to her other name, the brain sucker. In 1997, reports began to surface from the Mamlambo River near Mount Aleph in the Eastern Cape. Local villagers claimed that people had been disappearing, their bodies later found with strange marks and missing heads. Some said it was the work of criminals, while others were convinced the Mamlambo had risen again. Newspapers at the time even described her as a half-fish, half-horse creature with a long neck and glowing eyes. The legend had come alive once more, capturing the attention of the entire nation. The South African police eventually stepped in, suggesting the attacks were the work of human hands. But the villagers refused to believe it. To them, the pattern was too old, too symbolic, too perfectly aligned with the myth they had always known. The Mamlambo was not just a story, it was a living force demanding attention. Her legend had returned to remind people of the balance between greed and respect for nature. In many versions of the myth, the Mamlambo appears to those consumed by desire. She may promise them cattle, gold, or success in business. But in exchange, they must offer her sacrifices or their own devotion. Over time, these devotees may grow wealthy, but they begin to change. Their dreams are haunted by water, by a voice whispering from the depths. Some become reclusive, obsessed with guarding their riches, and eventually, they vanish near rivers or lakes. This transformation is symbolic, it represents how greed can consume the human soul. The Mamlambo is often compared to similar mythical beings from other cultures. Like the sirens of Greek mythology, she uses beauty and allure to draw people to destruction. Like the Japanese kappa, she dwells in rivers and demands offerings. Like the Irish selkie, she bridges the gap between the human and spirit world. But unlike these, the Mamlambo uniquely embodies both creation and decay. She is not purely evil, but she punishes imbalance and disrespect toward nature's sacred powers. Some modern interpretations see the Mamlambo as a metaphor for modern greed and corruption. Just as she offers wealth in exchange for the soul, society often tempts people to trade integrity for material success. Her story becomes a warning, reminding us that all gains come with a cost. The light she radiates represents temptation, knowledge, and the illusion of prosperity. The death she brings represents the consequences of moral decay. Spiritual practitioners and traditional healers in South Africa sometimes interpret the Mamlambo differently. For them, she is not just a monster but a powerful spiritual entity who must be respected. They say that if one approaches her with pure intentions, she can grant wisdom and prosperity. But if one approaches her with greed, she will destroy them. This dual nature makes her one of the most complex figures in African mythology. Artists, poets, and filmmakers have also drawn inspiration from her legend. She appears in songs, books, and television programs as a symbol of female power and mystery. Her beauty represents the allure of the unknown, while her danger warns against taking without giving. In this way, the Mamlambo continues to evolve, her myth adapting to each new generation's fears and desires. In the cultural imagination, she is often linked to the idea of transformation. Water, after all, is both a giver of life and a symbol of cleansing or rebirth. Those who encounter the Mamlambo may die physically, but spiritually, their story becomes part of the river's memory. The legend suggests that every drop of water carries a trace of the souls she has claimed. The river itself becomes a living archive of human ambition, folly, and faith. Some locals believe that offerings can calm the Mamlambo's wrath. At certain times of the year, small rituals are performed near riverbanks. People leave food, coins, or even jewelry as tokens of respect. These gestures are not acts of worship, but of acknowledgement, recognizing the power of forces beyond human control. For in many African traditions, balance with nature is the key to survival. Disrespect that balance, and the spirits, like the Mamlambo, will remind you who truly rules. The Mamlambo's story is not merely one of fear, but of reflection. It forces us to ask, what would we give for power? For wealth? For light in our darkness? Would we risk our lives for gold? Or lose ourselves chasing illusions? Her myth lives on because it touches something timeless, the human hunger for more, and the danger that hunger brings. The legend continues to flow, just like the river she guards, winding through generations, never fading away. So next time you hear the soft hum of a river at night, or see light glimmering beneath its surface, remember her story. Remember the Mamlambo, the river goddess of light and death. She is a warning, a mystery, and a reminder that beauty and danger often swim together. The light she offers may guide you, or it may be the last thing you ever see. If you enjoyed exploring this legend, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more mythical stories from around the world. Every week, we uncover hidden folklore, supernatural beings, and forgotten tales that reveal the truths behind ancient myths. Your support helps us bring more stories like this to life. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and never stop seeking the stories that flow beneath the surface of our world. Thank you for watching.